And this is how you do a DIY bridge on a budget. This should be an awesome bridge, getting this client some access back here. The biggest problem we had was elevation. Great structure, it's gonna be a flashboard style, and you can tell even then it's trying to go uphill a little bit. I think this water is gonna actually end up curving out and around, but we are not gonna be able to keep water quite as much as we hope to with gravity. Brought to you in part by Deep River Sporting Clays. Safe, fun, family entertainment. And by these additional sponsors. You guys are very interested in this duck impoundment, and rightfully so, because it's a really cool project. So I'll give it to you. We are back out here. We've got the riser structure set. There seems to be a lot of questions about that. So I want to go show you that, but I want to show you one thing really quickly. Certainly different than the last update video. They were still working on kind of creating this berm. We have now got the berm fully shaped, bladed back out. We've got plenty of topsoil on it for growing grass and stabilizing it, and they brushed topsoil back over the bottom as well. So we're going to have a really nice planting media to start with. And then on this side up here, people were asking, how does water get into it? We have blended this upper end of the horseshoe into the existing grade, so all the swale runoff in the graphic I showed you will come into this impoundment. So we will get rainfall coming into this impoundment, which is perfectly fine, but we've established swale around the entire perimeter on both sides here. That way we'll carry any heavy rainfall right to the structure. If we want to retain some of that water to put water on our rice, then we can certainly put boards in the riser, which I'll go show you that here in just a second. But if we need to come in here and pump, we can certainly do that. We have a water supply right over here. I told you that in the last video, that if we need to pump this 3 acres, we can do it. We have been in an extended drought, and you can see the moisture, kind of the dark look down in here. I'm telling you, when it starts raining, we're gonna have water. And so that will be something we have to keep an eye on. It's gonna be way too wet once the normal rain kicks back in to do any corn or anything like that. So we are gonna do moist soil tolerant plants. That's what makes rice such a great candidate for this, as well as various types of millets, because I do anticipate getting some water rushing down through this bottom. So that's the plan for getting water in here as well as water off. Now let's go down here and look at the actual structure itself. The biggest problem we had was elevation down in this bottom. Everything in this whole bottom down here is so flat. There was just nowhere to send the water. So the way the grades ended up working out is there is going to be, you can see in the bottom of this structure, there is going to be a standing pool down here. Now it quickly rises back up. So it's going to be about a 1/4 to a 1/2 acre area down here that will maintain a permanent pool, all driven by the fall on the back side of this pipe, which is driven by all the adjacent grades. That was the only problem with building an impoundment in a very flat, low-lying area, is where to send the water. But you can see the poly riser here, great structure. It's gonna be a flashboard style where the boards slide in right here on the edges, slide all the way down to the bottom. We've got it really nice, well packed in here, so there's no soil piping occurring, no bypass occurring. These are great, affordable structures here. People ask how much they are. They range from $400 to about $1,000, depending. So if you're interested in one of these things, let me know. But they are great, affordable structures compared to aluminum. There are plenty of aquatic species that we can plant down here that attract waterfowl as well. And being that it's gonna stay so wet, it will be conducive for rice. We can pump it out, plant all our rice, And as the rain puts a little bit of water back on it, it'll be perfectly fine. The next up will be planting the actual impoundment in late May, early June. We're going to be doing a blend of both rice and millet. Millet's going to go in the driest of areas, and the rice will be in the wetter areas. I'm hoping we'll get some rainfall to moisten this soil before then. But once the rain starts, it's going to stay really wet in here. So I think rice and millet's going to be our go-to. We still need to stabilize our berm as soon as possible so it doesn't start eroding. Probably use it to contractor's mix on that. Some millet, some fescue, some warm seasons, just kind of a nice mix, get some stabilization. And of course, whatever millet matures out will hang over, might get the ducks a little bit more food. But I've showed you the basin, I've showed you the upstream end of the riser structure here. Now let's go take a look at the backside to show you the issue with the fall back here and just how flat it is. Hear me when I say we shot grades everywhere around this whole property. And you could see the pine trees. The elevation was going up on that side where we were originally going to sit it. And so we came over here, found the absolute lowest point here. And you can tell even then it's trying to go uphill a little bit. I think this water is going to actually end up curving out and around. We just don't have any grades in this bottom. It's going to make it a great place to plant rice for a duck impoundment, but we are not going to be able to dewater it quite as much as we hope to with gravity. So we are going to be pump dependent to fully drain this thing out in this bottom quarter or so acre here. But this is the pipe on the backside. We'll probably recess it, set some riprap, set a dissipator here to help keep it from scouring and eroding. But this is what we're looking at. Simple double wall HDPE discharge back here. We'll set us a dissipator here, probably swell it out a little bit. But this water is going to basically have to find where it wants to go. It won't be able to go back into our berm, so it's going to have to find its way out of here. All on the client's property, not a problem. Might just be a little bit wet down in here. So a really cool project. Another update for you. Now that we've got the berm entirely done grading and we've got the riser outlet structure set, next up will be just a little bit more fine-tuned grading and then stabilizing our berm to help prevent erosion. But we'll be rocking and rolling for this season. We'll be able to get plants in the ground, millet at an absolute minimum. Even if it stays dry, millet is very tolerant. We might do a blend of both Japanese and brown top. Brown top is probably the most drought tolerant millet there is. It's cheap too. But if we get a little bit of rain, a little bit of soil moisture, we'll certainly mix in the rice.
But that's not what we feel a lot. We actually get a lot of bands out of it. Well, you might end up with fish in the pond.
Yeah. And this is how you do a DIY bridge on a budget. This trailer was no longer roadworthy, so we took the air out of the tires. We've come in here and set this flatbed trailer to span this creek crossing. Plenty of flow can go beneath it, plenty of flow can come over it. Ice thin profile, should be an awesome bridge, getting this client some access back here. We've got the rear end benched in back here, and now he's backfilling it with the excavator. We'll start getting some compaction beneath it, and then we'll anchor it on the other side and blend the grade in. This is gonna be a fantastic bridge. Just want to provide you guys with another update. You guys seem to like this content. Not too hard to crank out, which is great. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. It does take time to do all this and pick the camera up, but I do enjoy sharing with you. I enjoy the comments, the likes, the shares, and certainly if you'll subscribe, that'd mean a lot to me. But until those next videos, appreciate you watching. God bless and take care.